Hey there, pals. Today I have the Olivia V Melanio Maduro. This is the Torpedo 6x56. Very beautiful cigar. As you can see, I already snipped the end there. Just couldn't wait for you guys. Anyway, let's take a look at the wrapper here. Nice, classy looking. Come on, focus, you piece of shit. Come on, just focus! Is it focused or fucking not? Jesus. Okay, there we go. Nice, classy looking band. Nice soft box press. Beautiful looking wrapper. Not much of an aroma at all, actually. Maybe a little bit of oak. Musty oak, just barely there. Not much of a scent at all. Get this bad boy lit up, shall we? It's been a long week and I could use a nice little break. Get a little too far into it. Shoulder's starting to come apart on me. It's alright. I might just keep it there. The draw is still a little tight, so I think I'm just going to open it up in my perfect draw a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I feel like just by smoking it, it should open up a little bit, but it's still a little tight down here. Test that. Just gonna leave it like that for now. It's still a little snug, but it might open up just when everything gets kind of warmed up and going here a little bit. But anyway, decent smoke output for how snug the draw is. Very smooth smoke. Not a whole lot of flavor going on right now. Maybe a little bit of almost like a melon, actually. That light, airy kind of cantaloupe flavor. That's really what I'm getting. It's kind of an odd. Must be like a combination of the tobacco and the very smooth smoke though. And now I'm starting to get a little bit of deeper flavors, a little bit of an oakiness. Well, anyway, let's keep going and see what happens. I'm just about 15 minutes in here. Nice looking ash, pretty slow burn. Somewhat on the drier side for the smoke. The smoke output is somewhere in the middle as well. That draw still hasn't opened up quite to what I would expect, and I don't think it's going to open up anymore just because of that torpedo tip. But it's alright. It's putting out smoke, putting out good flavors. On the draw, I'm getting a nice... why can't I think of... I'm having a big old brain fart right now. Beef jerky. That's what I'm getting on the draw. Some nice peppered beef jerky. And then on the finish, it's just a kind of a general earthiness and dry smoke on the finish. That the dryness of the smoke really comes in on the finish there. That pepper carries through a little bit. Very nice, smooth retro hail. That was really nice. A little bit of that earthiness and a little bit of a leather kind of come in on that retro hail. So that's a... Ooh. Yeah, there's something else there too that's just starting to develop. Yeah, there's something there. Almost like a... It's not quite developed yet, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's like a very unsweet chocolate, but it's mixing with that earth and that hint of leather just to make a really nice flavor that just came in on that puff. So, all right, good things to come, I think. Just shy of 40 minutes in here, still going really good. That smoke output really increased, and the draw is not really a problem anymore. That beef jerky flavor went away, and it's more of a general earthiness now with a really deep, unsweet chocolate. It's definitely not a sweet dessert-like stick. It's more savory, but still with that chocolate kind of flavor, just not sweet. The pepper is pretty dominant on this, especially in the finish, and which goes into a kind of a general earthiness with just a hint of that leather still there. Very enjoyable. Smoke is super smooth still. That retro hail is pretty killer. I really like a nice cigar that you can do a retro hail on every once in a while. Well, going really good. See what happens in the rest of it. About an hour and 30 minutes in here, still going really good. I don't know if I'm just smoking it really slow or if it's just one of those cigars. I suspect that I'm smoking it really slow because I have had to kind of puff it to keep it going a little bit. It's not one of those ones that you can just smoke as slow as you want. You kind of need to think about it and keep it going a little bit. But anyway, that general earthiness is still there, kind of throughout the draw and the finish. But a really nice, I want to say coffee, but it's not quite a black coffee. It's just like, I don't want to say creamy coffee either. It's almost just like a black coffee with a little bit of sugar in it. Slightly sweet coffee. That pepper is still definitely there, and that earthiness carries it through all the way to the end. There's almost, if you want to turn that earthiness into something else in your head, you know, you could almost say it's almost like a nuttiness, but general earthiness is good enough to describe it. Smoke output is still really, really good, but like I said, you definitely need to keep it going. Maybe a double puff every once in a while, but that retro hail is still very smooth and still going really good. So, very long, slow burn. Just over 2 hours in here. Overall, it's been a really, really great cigar. It's definitely a long smoker, so you definitely need to set some time out for this guy if you want to smoke it all the way through, which I assume most people do, especially for a cigar of this caliber. Construction wise, very good. Like I said before, you don't want to set it down, otherwise it'll tend to go out. I had to double puff it and even relight it relight it once. And that was just my fault because I let it sit for too long. But overall, the flavors are not sweet. They're definitely leaning on more on the savory, dry side of things. No strength as far as I can tell. Smoke output is very good. Smoke is smooth. Retro hail is very nice. But this is not a cigar that you just want to, go golfing with, for example. Just because it's one of those ones that you just want to sit down and enjoy all the way through. The flavors here at the end have gone to general nuttiness, and that earthiness and that peppery is still there, but they're all kind of blended together, and the draw and the finish are pretty much the same. That retro hail is still very, very smooth, very enjoyable. Overall, a very, very nice cigar. I would probably not get the Torpedo again, just because I don't see it as being necessary. This is the only one that they had in the shop at the time, so it's the one I picked up. But if I were to pick one again, it probably would not be the Torpedo, just to avoid those draw issues. But overall, very good, pleasant cigar. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And if it sounds good to you, then go ahead and pick one up. Oh, and one more thing is, I think that this would pair really well with a nice bourbon. I think it would bring out some vanilla flavors. So, might be worth a shot trying that. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.